I want to talk about a small cap gem called Octopus Network. Now, I remember, I think it might have been Mustafa Hagazi. Mustafa, if you're listening, shout out to you. You might have, I think it was like 3-4 weeks ago, I saw a comment by him saying, oh, look, you know what, really love the advice and really love everything you guys share. But a lot of these coins, they're already big, right? They're already pumped. They're already really big coins, like what about some sort of upcoming stuff? And I listened and I heard, but I remember the week after Bitcoin crashed. So I haven't purposely been talking about a lot of smaller cap stuff because that is not the right time. Like when you have a crash, when you have like 3-4 weeks of uncertainty that we did, the best thing you should do is revisit your stop losses, take profits, get rid out of bad entries. I got rid of some coins that were just very, very small cap, render, whatever, and focus on the big profitable layer 1, layer 0s, right? My advice, that's my opinion myself, not financial advice. So specifically, there's a time and place to look at this stuff. But anyway, let's look at Octopus Network. Now, what is Octopus Network? So I'm sharing my screen here, Ahmed. And I'm just sort of just covering what it is actually. So Octopus is a decentralized protocol or platform that allows developers to build and launch application-specific blockchains. They're called app chains, and transfer value trustlessly amongst multiple blockchains. Cool, awesome. So what it can allow you to do is build a specific chain for a particular app, right? Called an app chain. And what it will let you do is leverage off NEAR protocol. Now, we've spoken about NEAR before. I'm a holder of NEAR. I'm a big fan of NEAR. It's got almost $1 billion worth of investment from their fund. So it's very, very, and it's one of those tokens that really honestly didn't drop that much, and it pumped quite well recently. But anyway, what it allows, Octopus allows you to do is leverage the out-of-box security, interoperability, and on-chain governance and infrastructure of NEAR, right? So rather than trying to create your own app chain, leverage off something else, leverage off a NEAR that already has that. Now, if this sounds familiar, like something else, it is, and you're not wrong there. It's very similar to Polkadot. So with Polkadot, you have to do these parachain auctions. Now, the difference with Polkadot is, you leverage off Polkadot security and interoperability, but it's very expensive. It can cost millions of dollars to actually win a parachain slot, and then there's no guarantee, like that you'll even win that. So you have to take all this investment out. So it's like that. It has fast finality. It is secure. It is usable, but without that big barrier to entry. For that reason, because there are things like Octopus out there and Cosmos and Atom, I don't think that Polkadot is bad per se. I still think it's a very, very strong chain. But as a side note, that's why it hasn't taken off yet. I still think Polkadot's got its best days ahead of it, but maybe that's why it hasn't taken off, because there are other alternatives out there. Now, in terms of tokenomics, it is very common to a lot of other coins: staking, voting, governance as well. That's a unit of value that's native to the Octopus Network. And it represents a medium exchange between users and developers who pay the network, and validators who take fees as payment for services they provide. So not too dissimilar from a lot of other networks out there, but there is a strong staking component as well. Now, the backers, in terms of the backers, you've got NEAR. So that comes out of the $800 million fund that we spoke about not too long ago in one of our episodes. Not all the 800 million, but a component of that. You have got, what else is interesting here? You've got NGC Ventures, UB Capital, Continue Capital, a whole bunch of other, venture capitalists out there as well. Now, speaking about price, right? The slide here, I'm talking about Octopus has room to grow. It is currently ranked 2,903. Like, it's not even the top 2,000 coins. It's almost 3,000 coins. It's got a market cap of 144 million. Now, in times of uncertainty, like low cap, 20 million, 30 million, sure. This is only barely 150 million. Barely. So I still consider this a low cap gem. It recently went down because it had a bit of a pump, and as of today or yesterday, it was down about 4.2% as well. And it's got a lot of room to grow. It does also have a fixed cap as well, which is not showing on this screen, but it has a fixed cap of coins as well. I know that's something you ask about, Ahmed, as well. Like, what's the total circulating and total supply. I think it's 100 million or so, something like that. 100 million will be the cap. So the inflation metrics, the tokenomics from an inflation point of view are quite solid. It's very finite. And now let's talk about valuation, right? Let's talk about, how could you value this thing? How much could this thing be worth? Well, when you look at Polkadot, it's about $19 billion. You look at Cotton, I've just combined the word cosmos and atom, $8 billion. Octopus Network is $230 million, right? There's this website called Market Of, and if you sort of a market cap of, so if you took Octopus's, price and valuation of $3.24 right now, and it had the same market cap of DOT, it would be 161x. Now, don't get too excited about that. Huge disclaimer. That's if Octopus reached the market cap of Polkadot. And why I mention that is because it is a Polkadot alternative. But look at it this way. Don't look at it at 161x. Even if it took 5% of DOT's market cap, 5%, it would still be an 8x from here. Now, I think that's a little bit more realistic, right? In terms of, a projection and valuation. In terms of charting, again, this is kind of like similar to Metis. It's so new, I can't even find a trading view chart on this. And I think you can only get this from Gate.io or one of those, so do your own research there. And that's often another measure too of a really good coin, that you can't get it on a Binance yet. You can't, get it on a Coinbase. If something is on Coinbase, then it's 100x days, the chances of its 100x days being ahead of it is quite slim. But we went all the way to $7. We're sitting at about a 50% discount right now. Not financial advice, look for a good entry point, but it's not the worst time to look into it.